At the start of the graphic novel American-Born Chinese, written by Jean Llewellyn Yang, we come across three main characters who are heavily influenced by social, racial, and stereotypical standards. The Monkey King, Chinky, and Jin are all Asian-related characters living in different environments who deal with adversity and change to try and become accepted by society and the people around them. In this analysis, I will be focusing on the Monkey King, as he is the most influenced mentally and physically by stereotypes and racial standards. The author of American-Born Chinese uses visual and literary techniques to give the reader insight of cultural, racial, and stereotypical expectations and how it can lead to the downfall of one's character and connection to society. The author creates a very powerful and strong character. The Monkey King is very egotistical, giving the impression that he is confident and has no problem with his self-image. But this is what the audience thinks. The first character change we see within the Monkey King is where he attends the party with the gods. He was denied access to the party for him having no shoes, a peculiar odor, and for being a monkey. Because of this, we see his character drift away in frustration as the gods treat him like a joke because of stereotypical and racial objection. The author's intention is to show the audience how even the strongest characters can be hurt and affected, emphasizing on racial and stereotypical standards. Because the Monkey King took personal effect to the comments of the other gods, he outbursts in rage. Beating up all the gods, the Monkey King taking personal effect and action against the opinion of the gods, he himself establishes their opinion. Not only does this make the gods dissociate with the Monkey King, but the Monkey King dissociates socially with the gods. This leads to his own downfall and further establishes a negative image upon himself and his monkey culture. The Monkey King's own frustration brings him to change his own personality and forces him to a new level of kung fu. The Monkey King does this in desperation of acceptance from the gods, mastering immortality, shapeshift, and immunity. He also tries to get rid of the monkey odor and bare feet that he then imposes on his followers as they must represent the king's qualities. The author uses the first major impact to show the audience the effect of racial and cultural discrimination. Referring to the thesis, it leads to the downfall of the character. The next major part in the Monkey King's character change is with Tse Yotsu. In many parts of the graphic novel, we see how the Monkey King's wiseness and power is being overridden by embarrassment and violent behavior. Now at the bottom of the pyramid regarding respect among all the gods, he uses his shape-shifting to turn into a more human-like form and changes his name to the Great Sage equal to heaven. He does this to try and prevent judgments based on his now past Monkey King name. Instead of helping him socially, this increases his arrogance and ignorance to the fact that he still thinks he's better than all the gods. The change of the Monkey King ties in with the idea of identity change and acceptance. His desperation to change his identity is clear when he goes on a quest to change his name, where he runs into Tse Yotsu. Tse Yotsu stops the Monkey King's foolishness after harassing the four great kings, convincing them that he's more than just a monkey. The Monkey King being trapped under a pile of rocks, he's told to accept who he is, otherwise he may not return. After 5 centuries of being imprisoned, he meets a character called Lao So, who requests him as a disciple on a quest. Not having changed, Lao So teaches him a valuable lesson that the Monkey King won't forget. While being murdered by devils that follow him, he tells the Monkey King, true fear comes in the form of acceptance. This realization strikes the Monkey King because of his character wanting to be the best and the strongest. After this, he no longer goes back. Once the gods see the change of the Monkey King and him being returned to his old form, the gods accept him. The author's moral is, if you behave and accept who you are, people will appreciate and judge you for your personality and not your race. In conclusion, it is clear to see how the Monkey King has gone through 3 different changes to eventually strengthen and better his character. With change comes acceptance, but with mistakes come wiseness. And the author clearly shows this through racial and cultural disacceptance by the gods towards the Monkey King.